Echo the fact that, just as you said, my sister Sarah, it is extremely important for us to invest in women's empowerment. And we know that women face a lot of obstacles in communities such as this, and not just women, our youths as well. We have unacceptably high levels of unemployment in these parts, in spite of the fact that a lot of them are well educated and their parents really struggled to put them through school. So schemes like this are important in ensuring that women can have access to economic empowerment and livelihood on a continuous basis. And as we make the case for women to be self-sufficient and to be able to take care of themselves and their families, we are also making a case for women to be ably represented in positions of decision-making. And I'm pleased that this morning you were able to witness the swearing-in ceremony of the 16 caretaker and chairmen and chairpersons in our local government. We have never, since this state was created, we have never had women as chairpersons of caretaker of local government committees. Since the state was created, before the state was created, your mommy was. Yes. And so we thank God for this facility. We thank God for those who have provided the resources. We thank God for those who have worked hard to make sure that this has come to pass. Adipero lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé wọ́n pèsè nǹkan tí a fẹ́ ṣe nígbà ní ọjọ́ òní. À ń gbàdúrà àti ti ọmọ àti ti ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Erédùwà ọtí àlà. I'm very pleased and proud that today history was made, that since the creation of Ekiti State and since the creation of 16 local governments in the state, we have 2 women who have emerged as chairpersons of these local governments. I'm very proud of them and I'm sure they will do well. And the advice I have for them is that they should stay focused on their responsibilities. They should heed the advice of Mr. Governor that he wants action and he wants delivery. They need to listen to the needs of their people and make sure that they serve their people with all diligence and with everything that they have.
The director of programs to actually come to the high table, Mrs. High Table, we want you here. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Iremolu
because the third capacity in which I'm standing here is as the wife of the governor of Ekiti State. So starting from the issue of being connected to the African Women's Development Fund and the member of the African Women's Leaders Network, we are here today to have a policy dialogue on how we can assess what is happening in Ekiti State, what the government of Ekiti State has in stock and the things that it has been doing to promote women's health, and particularly maternal health and women's reproductive rights. The African Women's Development Fund and the African Women's Leaders Network would like to support Ekiti State in this process, because they think that here in Ekiti, because there is political will, because there is an administration in place that is people-friendly, that is gender-sensitive, and that is supported by the people, this is a place where they can come and say, we have been able to speak to government, and they have listened, and they have delivered. So thank you very much for coming to Ekiti State and for agreeing to work with us. So this policy dialogue, which will take place in a short while, is going to be a participatory process through which we can, first of all, assess what we've been doing. And the Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Health has given us a very brilliant analysis of what has happened so far. But we need to hear other voices and to see how we can strengthen some of the issues that have been raised, especially in terms of addressing the challenges. So and that is why I managed to convince His Excellency, our governor and other members of the administration that we should try and put something in place that can do more than just providing blankets or one-off cash gifts to the parents of multiple deaths, especially those who are unable to cater for these additional blessings from God. And so that is how come the Multiple Births Trust Fund was established. I'm very grateful to His Excellency and Her Excellency for ensuring that the budget of this year had some provision for the Multiple Births Trust Fund. And those of you who listened to the speech of the former Commissioner for Women's Affairs, now chairperson in the political government, she said that the government gave substantial budgetary support for the Multiple Births Trust Fund. I would like to say that they gave some budgetary support for the Multiple Births Trust Fund, but I'd like to appeal to their excellencies to ensure that it becomes substantial. Officials, hereby promise to work hard to promote the aims and objectives of Processing. The objectives of Processing are as follows. To promote the spirit of peace, unity, and cooperation among members. To support my spouse in his or her various functions as an official of the state. To initiate and contribute to the social and economic well-being of the citizens in the state. We are here this evening to launch the Forum of Spouses of Ekiti State officials. I'm sure a lot of people are aware that June 11th is my birthday, and a lot of people have been asking for some time now, when is the party? How is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? And I've been telling anyone who cares to listen that the party for my birthday will take place on June 10, 2011, which is the launch of the Ekiti Development Foundation.
If you are looking for any party after that, as His Excellency, the Governor always says, I don't know about that. However, I know that I'm surrounded by support who would insist on putting something together anyway, whether I like it or not. And since I must confess that I did the same thing to His Excellency the Governor on the 9th of February, I knew I should prepare myself for surprising. So what I decided to do to preempt surprises is to say, on the 11th of June, which happens to be my birthday, I would like to launch the Forum of Spouses of Ekiti State Officials, which has been in the works for a while. Now, some of you might be wondering, so why do we need a forum for spouses of Ekiti State Officials? Well, we need one because there has always been one. We have not just come together like this. For every government official, whether male or female, who goes to serve the state in any capacity, there's someone at home keeping the home front, making sure things are in order, praying, trying to pick up things behind the scenes, dealing with the community, dealing with family and so on. And sometimes we tend to forget that they are there, and we tend to forget that they do have needs that need to be addressed. And so what I thought we would do is to try and bring them together to create a forum. Now there are some spouses who have already been meeting, they have their own groupings. So for example, the wives of commissioners and permanent secretaries, the wives of legislators, and the wives of local government chairmen, they all have their own groups. But what I wanted to do was to bring everyone together under one body so that we can all share the spirit of sisterhood and brotherhood together. I have also been inspired by what happens in Lagos State, where we have the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials. This was established, I think over 20 years ago. Dave, are you listening? It was established during the time of Brigadier Mobilaji Johnson, when he was the governor of Lagos State, by his wife. And when Mrs. Senator Remi Tinubu was the first lady of Lagos, she revived the organization. And under the leadership of my dear sister, Dame Fashola, the organization has grown from strength to strength. Excellency,